Good afternoon, guys, and happy Sunday to all of your sunshiny faces. Guys, I've been exhausted since I think like 8 o'clock, honestly, because I went to bed so late last night. I don't think I went to bed until like 3 o'clock in the morning or something like that, or like close to that time. And then I ended up getting up at like 9 o'clock today because we had to go to the grocery stores, which we just ended up actually going to Aldi. My dad went to Menards later because we always get coffee. Well, my parents get coffee from there, and then also they get we had to get newspapers, and I just used the last of the lawn bags the other day when I was weeding the one flower bed, so I needed my dad to pick those up, and actually coincidentally they were on sale this week, so it was like perfect timing. But yeah, he ended up going and doing that today and like later, because they had somebody from the roof that was coming out to like figure the delivery in, I think, or something like that. I think it's supposed to happen within the next 2 weeks or something, so that's nice that will actually be done like kind of soon. But yeah, guys, I am just I'm so tired today though because of these ones. Well, actually the other two are in the living room right now, and he is so passed out right now and so asleep. I think he's just as tired as I am. Oh, I wake you up. Hi, Mr. B. Do you see yourself in there? Huh? Oh, my hair fell in the way. Hi. Do you see yourself? Say hi, Mr. B. He's like, get this thing out of my face, please. So yeah, because we were up so late yesterday, bathing them in tomato juice and all that stuff from them getting sprayed by a skunk, which I don't know if I told you guys, it was really Bliss that like got sprayed by the skunk. They just, I think, caught like some crosswinds and stuff like that, because their eyes were like a little closed and like they didn't smell. But everything, even this house still today, like this smell is kind of lingering in the house. It just smells like skunk, kind of, sort of, and we've been like burning candles and like spraying stuff. And I was actually last night, which helped me fall asleep, I was diffusing lavender in my diffuser so that I didn't have to like, my room for the most part actually didn't smell that bad, but I'm probably gonna do it again tonight because again it just smells like it's kind of just lingering around like somewhere, and like you know, just like that background smell, like you can just kind of still smell it. So that's why like I said, I used my diffuser, guys, and actually helped a lot in my room, but like the rest of the house still smells. So and then like all the windows have been open and stuff like that too, and it's been kind of breezy out today. It was also really cold though, and it was kind of raining a little bit too, just like drizzling. It was never like full on raining. It was kind of gross and chilly and cold out today, and honestly too, I felt like that's why for the most part of the day today I just did not feel good. I didn't feel like doing anything. I just felt super lazy and like tired, and then it started getting sunny at like dinner time, like later in the afternoon, like 5-6 o'clock or something like that. And then it was sunny out up until it like got dark, because you know the sun was setting and everything like that. So yeah, today was not really like a good day, and like I said, I don't know why. I think it just added to me feeling more tired and like lazy and stuff like that. I really didn't get to anything except for I did do laundry, and I think that was pretty much it. Just because I did have a load that I threw in the washing machine last night that I need to make sure I threw in the dryer today, and then I started another load too, so yeah, there was that. But guys, I can still kind of smell it. Like it still smells like it's hanging around in the house somewhere, and I don't know either too, because like when Bliss came in last night, when she was like rubbing her face up against everything, I don't know if she like ended up rubbing her face up against like the walls and stuff like that, and that like the walls actually still smell like skunk spray, or like what it is. But we Jack took them out again tonight, and we didn't have another skunk issue, so hopefully it's gone. We maybe had figured out where it came into the fence, because the weird thing is that literally around the entire fence line, like it shouldn't be able to get in, like, and we didn't notice any holes really, other than places that were like not completely covered from where, like when they put the fence in, and so we actually ended up covering those already over with rocks, and like the dogs can't get through, which they're not much bigger than a skunk, so a skunk wouldn't really be able to fit through there either, most likely, except for maybe in one spot. So we cover that spot back over, but the problem is that then over by where our like shorter, like 3-foot tall fence is, it's all like shorter. Well, no, actually it's not. I don't know how it got in. I was gonna say it's shorter slots over there, but it's not. It's the same, like it just has the 1-inch like holes in between, like the slits for between the boards, and so I don't know though, like we went around the whole yard to figure out like how did it get in through the fence, like under the fence or something like that, to get through the yard. So we're gonna try and probably like cover more of that over with like dirt and stuff like that, so that there's not as many like, you know, holes or anything like that for it to be able to get into the yard. But like I said though, it was weird because we didn't notice any like holes, like clearly something was digging here and got in, you know, like when we went around outside yesterday, and especially where Jack said he saw it, we looked and like there was nothing. Like I have no clue how it could have gotten like underneath the fence or something like that, or how it got like through. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it ended up in the yard, which is like weird though, because again, like if it was, you know, like the old fence or something like that, or back when we used to have the dogs chained in the yard and like we didn't have, or we had like the little like puppy run thing that we had, you know, it would make more sense. But like we have like a fence up now, like there shouldn't be like skunks being able to get in without us noticing obvious like holes and stuff like that, or like, you know, them digging to try and get in or whatever, because that's what me and my dad did yesterday night to make sure it wasn't still like in the yard, and we didn't, like I said, notice anything. But I pretty much just ended up watching football all day today because it was Sunday, and why not? And like I said too, I was just so tired from like being up so late last night. And then I don't even know if I told you guys too, I was up at 7:30 yesterday and then stayed up until like 3 in the morning last night, and then woke up at 9 o'clock today, which like I got to sleep in at least a little bit. But like I said, like once it started getting dark out, like around 8-9 o'clock, I was like, I am so tired and exhausted, I need to go to bed. And now it's like 10:30 and I'm gonna go get in the shower and get to bed. But yeah, it's, my mom is thinking about possibly even like hiring like through the city. Actually, they waive like the initial fee for like a catch and release kind of like animal control, that, you know, they'll come and do like the cage thing, and then they'll catch the animal and then go and release it or whatever, for like possums and skunks and like other types of animals, I guess. And so they actually, through the city though, they like, they'll refund you, I think, or they waive the like initial setup fee or something like that. But it still would be like, I think $100 or something like that if we caught at least one. And what if there's more? Then, you know, like, and we keep having the problem, then we have to have them come out again and do it again. So yeah. But goodness guys, we actually had this problem one time with I think it was a possum maybe, or like a raccoon or something like that. Something was living underneath our deck for like forever. We actually, my mom thought it was a raccoon, or possibly a skunk, and we were setting out all these traps to actually figure it out, because I think raccoons are like really smart. So if we were to leave like I think one of the things, I remember this when I was like real little, like I had to have been like elementary school age. It was like if you leave like pinwheels and stuff like that, and you notice that they've been pulled up or moved or something like that in the middle of the night, that it could be, most likely it'd be from a raccoon, and then we'd know like what we were dealing with or whatever. And so we were like really sure it was a raccoon, and we ended up finding actually and caught a possum in our yard, which was the creepiest thing I've ever seen ever. We've also found other possums too, like in our yard, but that, and like I hear a lot of the times, which I haven't actually so far this year, but I'd always hear outside my window, because the garbage cans are like right over in the driveway right next to my window, is raccoons in the garbage cans like all the time, either ours or a neighbor's garbage cans, because they're not too far away, and so I can hear them a lot of times at night. But so far this year I haven't really heard any, which they're not like a huge nuisance, like that's not that big of a problem. Like they really don't, like sometimes they might make a little bit of a mess, but for the most part the lids are too heavy, like they can't open the lids. So as long as the lid's closed, like they don't get into the garbage or recycling or anything like that. As if we put a bag in a like can that doesn't have a lid, then they wind up like getting into it, or it doesn't close all the way or something like that. So right now we're kind of, like I said, debating what we're gonna do if it continues to be a problem. But like I said, we've seen them a lot, like a few times in our neighbors that live that way, in their yard that's like pretty much almost our front yard, and me and my mom have caught a few outside at night and seen them, and so obviously if they made it into our backyard, that's also a problem too. And like anybody else's that has animals in their yard, can be a big problem too if they're letting their animals out at nighttime, when there could be wind up a skunk in your backyard. But my mom thinks like, oh, we'll catch like one and, you know, it'll go away or whatever. But I think there's like a population of them living somewhere. Like, it's not just gonna be like a one and done thing. I'm sure there's more, because I know too, for Father's Day there was one that got hit by a car and smelled horrible when we were having our party outside, and it was like right at the corner, like the intersection near our house, and it just smelled like really bad, like, and we had that party outside too, so it was like this horrible skunk smell outside, right like across the street from us, literally. And so yeah, that was pretty bad. So like there's definitely more than one, obviously, but yeah, we don't really know what we're gonna do as of right now. As long as it's not like a continuous problem, we don't have like the dogs get sprayed or we see it again in the backyard or something like that, or another few times. The weird thing is though, is that I don't know how the motion sensor light didn't end up picking up the skunk, because I would have thought that it would, because like the dogs are the same size and they're black, and like the skunk's black and white. Like you'd expect, like, oh, if it picks them up, it should be able to pick up a skunk. And the fact that it was in the yard and Jack didn't even say like, oh, the light's on already, like, you know, that'd tip you off to like something's in the yard if the motion sensor light went off, and it didn't, like, is also kind of weird. So I don't know if it wasn't far enough in the yard where they didn't pick it up, because Jack said it was off, like over by the deck sort of. But it also scares me. I hope it's not living under the deck and we have the same problem we did before. Like if that's the case, then we definitely have to get rid of it. But it was just like a weird, you know, freak accident, it came through the yard or whatever, then that's not that big of a problem. But if it is like living underneath the our deck, or like in our bushes that are next to our neighbor's driveway, that'd also probably be a problem. But we don't know right now. So anyways, guys, I'll see you all on tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.